Avatar What Ifs, Episode 0. Avatar 1. Wan was the very first Avatar, which meant he started the Avatar cycle, as after he passed, Rava transferred to his reincarnation, born of the Air Nomads. And when they would pass, she would continue this by transferring to the next would-be Avatars, born of the Water Tribe and the Earth Kingdom, and then would continue the cycle going all the way back around to Fire. And whenever these new novice Avatars would need help, the spirit of Wan would appear to aid them and give them advice, giving Wan's spirit the title of Guiding Force, until there was enough Avatar spirits to fill in that role, allowing Wan to slip into whispers and myths.
Avatar What Ifs, Episode 1, Avatar Wangdu. This air nomad avatar would have been a master at spiritual projection. Ever since he was a toddler, his spiritual connection would have been greater than most avatars. And since he was easily able to befriend spirits and could contact and communicate with his past lives at such a young age, he wrote down all the secrets and information they could provide him into scrolls which he coveted. Even Wan Xintong desired to obtain the secrets this avatar knew. Avatar What Ifs, Episode 2, Avatar Daki. Avatar Daki would have been known as the quickest and most evasive avatar. Being a master at wind running, this avatar would have been the hardest to catch because he would find himself running 5 to sometimes even 10 times faster than the wind. And he was no slouch when it came to combat either, as he could form powerful tornadoes around himself, both for attack and defense purposes, making you wish he would just run away. Avatar What Ifs, Episode 3, Avatar Benba. Benba would have been one of the few cutthroat avatars who would show no mercy to the people who threatened the peace he was trying to protect. And with being a masterful airbender since their youth, they would harness the lethal side of airbending and utilize it to literally take people's breath away until they were permanently breathless. Avatar Benba would have done such a good job at striking fear into people's hearts that most people to this day know not to F around with the avatar. Avatar What Ifs, Episode 4, Avatar Naka. Naka would have been known for being the greatest healer in the Avatar cycle. She would be so prolific in healing that she would even be able to give normal water traits of spirit oasis water, allowing her to not just be able to heal all wounds, but to even be able to revive someone back from the dead. And for all this healing power she would have possessed, she would have been known for being the most nurturing avatar. Avatar What Ifs, Episode 5, Avatar Minkinse. Minkinse would have been known for being the avatar most in tune with nature. So much in fact that she could bend the water within plants and be the originator of plant bending. Minkinse would have believed in peace in the start of her journey, but after seeing the unjust strife of the world would have developed plant bending to both protect the weak and harm the wicked, while always being on the side of nurturing nature. Avatar What Ifs, Episode 6, Avatar Plum. Plum would have been an avatar born in the Earth Kingdom, but being born with a genetic disposition to lava bend. In fact, he would have been the very first originator of lava bending. And with seeing the unique craft as being extremely useful, Plum would have been given the moniker Landmaker after utilizing lava bending to create lands that poor mistreated people could move to start new lives. Avatar What Ifs, Episode 7, Avatar Cypress. Cypress would have been the avatar known for her astounding and dazzling crystal bending, being able to seemingly create crystals from any ground she stood upon. Even the mightiest, cruelest warriors feared this avatar's ability to summon literal diamond storms that could turn their very bodies into priceless, sparkling coffins that were horrific but absolutely gorgeous. Avatar What Ifs, Episode 8, Avatar Fusang. Now, Fusang wouldn't have been the very first sandbender, but he would go on to learn the craft from the ones who were. And through his avatar power, would have been the strongest sandbender that ever lived, with the power to create massive sandstorms from any rocky terrain. This efficient avatar was known for burying armies of his enemies regardless of how many there were, making them breeze away like the sands in a desert. Avatar What Ifs, Episode 9, Avatar Geki. Geki would have been the only avatar in history to be a prodigy firebender like Azula, allowing him to generate blue flames. So not only did he have powerful firebending moves like jet propulsion or creating huge flame walls, he could also focus his blue flames into a precise point, allowing him to slash through any obstacle in his way, giving him the moniker Geki of the Sapphire Blade. Avatar What Ifs, Episode 10, Avatar Union. Union, with her immense power, would have been given nicknames such as Mistress of the Storm or Color of Thunder, as she would have been the only avatar to ever master generating lightning. And the electricity she generated through the avatar state was so massive in scale that as a result of it, she could summon powerful lightning storms to obliterate any of her opposition. Avatar What Ifs, Episode 11, Avatar Suzo. Suzo would have had an obsession with a dragon, so much so that he would have started his journey off by learning the dragon dance from the Sun Warriors to become a master firebender. He would have then started tracking down and taming dragons to add them to his massive dragon army that he was making. And all the dragons he collected weren't just fond of Suzo, but respected his skill as dragon master as he rode them into battle against any foolish would-be dictators.
Avatar What Ifs, Episode 12, Avatar Gun. Avatar Gun was the avatar that was most disdainful of humanity, believing that they took more than they gave. But he still lived his life fulfilling his avatar duties. And one skill that Avatar Gun would have been known for being the master of is water blasting, pressurizing water and shooting it at his enemies and foes at powerful intervals. Gun may have not had the greatest control over the elements like his previous or succeeding avatar lineage, but he knew how to put them towards powerful attacks. Avatar What Ifs, Episode 13, Avatar Salai. Avatar Salai was known for being one of the greatest avatars. He would have had a strategic mind and would have been known as one of the greatest generals the Earth Kingdom would ever have. He would specialize in creating earth armor for battle, armor made out of any minerals of earth found in his vicinity. Salai would also be a master at creating tunnels through earthbending like the Badger moles, to gain access or create passage to strategic locations for sneaky traps or surprise attacks. Avatar What Ifs, Episode 14, Avatar Zeto. Zeto was the avatar that saved his country by becoming a bureaucrat, diplomat, and accountant of Fire Lord Yosor. He would have been a prolific lava bender, a skill that he would have gained through being a master at heat redirecting and transferring. And through such unique ability, he learned the power to create and bend glass through shifting rock to sand with earthbending, then superheating it with firebending, then supercooling it with airbending just to break and control the glass with earthbending again. It was a secret art that Zeto rarely ravished in using.